The liberal media melting down after top intelligence officials testified on ISIS, North Korea, and Iran.
President Trump and his intelligence chiefs are worlds apart on ISIS, Russia, and the border.
This was essentially a public repudiation by his own people of Donald Trump's worldview.
It was like these intelligence leaders were describing a different planet than the one Donald Trump inhabits.
The growing disparity between the ground truth that they presented and the planet that this president lives on.
Where does a president get intelligence and foreign policy advice from?
Not agreeing with these conclusions is willful disregard of the facts.
This is dangerous, isn't it? I mean,
it's incredibly dangerous.
This is a dangerous thing.
After that media freak out, the president calling his intel chiefs extremely passive and naive when it comes to Iran. All right, Dana, well, I guess the president has made the media take the side of the intel agencies. They've never done that before. It's very doubtful.
I'm sorry. Aren't you forgetting 2003?
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Right. They're very critical back then.
Yeah.
But what do you think is going on here with the president and his men at the top?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I understand that the media, like the story, and we cover it all the time too. It's the story about the president and the media, right? I'm actually melting down about the threats.
Oh,
yeah. Because these are, it's like super serious. We're behind on the cyber war. That's especially from China and Russia. I look forward to this hearing every year because I want to know, okay, what are the problems?
You look forward to the intel hearing every
year. Don't
Dana
you want to know?
Everybody. I do too, but I just don't remember it until the day before.
And look, and he said in his tweet that they should go back to school. Yikes. And he's just throwing some shade. But look, they work very hard for him every day.
Did you say throwing shade?
Yeah, is that?
Wow, you are.
Is that woke?
Dana. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, your Schultz and Christie interview, it all went to your head. Greg, what do you think's happening here? I mean, the president's always been very suspicious of the intel people after the WMD thing, and, you know, they spied on his campaign. They didn't like that either.
It's weird. The media is demanding that everybody agree. They can't be happy. They call it disparity, but it's not lockstep. They want lockstep, and if they don't see it, then it's called disparity. They keep parsing over his tweets they're like old guys on the beach with metal detectors, hoping to find a bottle cap. Meanwhile, they overlook bigger stories that perhaps this is working. I mean, the fact that the good cop, bad cop thing that was going on with Syria, I think might be working. North Korea had a good cop, bad cop thing where people were disagreeing. That seems to be working. If you still do not believe there isn't any progress there, when you say that, oh, it's disparity, that they're saying nothing's happening, something's happening, it's actually better than it was last year, and you have to admit it. And you can hold two ideas in your head. We are destroying ISIS. We will continue to destroy ISIS. It doesn't have to be, the prison of two ideas. You said we destroyed ISIS, but they're still here. You can actually have both. We are destroying and continuing to destroy. The media wants you to be in their prison of two ideas. Let them stay in there. You have a free mind. You are smarter than they are. And you make more money than they are, Jesse.
Much smarter. Even
Thanks
though no Harvard.
Go ahead. Take it away.
I think that there's plenty of room for skepticism when it comes to what the intelligence community is saying and the sourcing that these media outlets are using to push a certain agenda when it comes to foreign policy. However, when it comes to the threats that we do face, I was at a cybersecurity panel last week at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and they were saying basically with cyber, the good news is that we're both adversaries, United States, Russia, China, are both bad at responding, and they're better at attacking. So that's their analysis. We have to get better at cyber. It's a very serious thing that's coming down the pike. There was talk of ways to respond to that. So while we're all, fighting over who said what and who agrees with what, there are real things that are happening behind the scenes that we need good people to be doing. And so when it comes to the ISIS thing, we've seen a number of ISIS attacks after the president has said directly they've been defeated. Is he talking about the territory? Yes. Does it mean that ISIS is defeated all around the world? No. I got a press release today. Someone got arrested in the United States again for giving material support to ISIS. Wow. But that comes down to the ideology of Islamic radicalism and what our approach is to that.
Maybe the congresswoman from Minnesota can write a letter of support.
Maybe she can.
Joining ISIS.
Yeah.
Juan, to Dana's point about the threats, there are a lot of really serious threats out there. But the president's been pretty strong on ISIS, on North Korea, on China.
on
agree
Russia.
that it would be he's been effective on those areas.
You know, I'm listening to this defense coming from at least three of you, and I just think it's tissue thin. It's just, but I guess you're desperate. I guess that's what it is.
Explain how it is tissue thin rather than just saying
because you have Trump's people. These are Trump's people saying, we are doing a realistic assessment, and we all agree. It's not a matter of disagreeing. No.
Right.
This is FBI, CIA, Director of National Intelligence putting themselves on the line before you, the American people, and saying, here's the reality. It's not what this guy's saying, not what Trump's saying. They don't mention the southern border, for example, as an immediate threat. No. They're talking about China and Russia increasingly working together against us.
Okay, but they don't
That's
have to be
a national
separate
emergency.
issues.
China before
But you
anybody
know
else.
what? You know what you think about?
You can go after China and
You
Russia
think
and
about
deal
for a
with the border.
second North Korea. He's going to go meet again. You say, wait a second, for what? What? And he says, oh, well, things are better than ever. No, according to the intelligence, they're still intent on creating nuclear weapons. And how about Iran?
What have we lost?
Iran, Trump is like, oh, yeah, Iran's terrible. No, intelligence, they're not violating the terms of the Obama agreement. But you never hear this from Trump.
It's
like he's on a different planet.
Okay, well,
and you guys are I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear
Venezuela. Venezuela is now responding, saying that they are willing to cooperate. Must have been Bolton's notepad.
I have some what about
5,000 troops to Bolivia.
Oh, what about?
About Obama
Sure.
for a little bit.
Oh.
Remember when Obama had
Obama.
the intel people cook the books on
Oh,
ISIS
stop.
and say that, you know what, not that big of a threat anymore. And then the rise of ISIS, he blamed the intel agencies for missing it. Remember when he weaponized the intel agencies to go after Donald Trump's campaign?
I tell you what, let's do a current affairs news show on Fox News Channel. Right now, today, you know what we learned? We learned that Trump is talking with Putin privately. He doesn't have a translator. Putin has a translator. Putin has aides. We don't even know what's in place in the conversation.
I'm going to translate for you on sour grapes.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I heard.
That's it.